What is up, guys? It's Zeps, and today I'll be answering the question, which one is the better AR, the Krig 6 or the AK-47? Let's hop into it. So starting off, I'm realizing this is the first time I'm recording a video without a hat on, so here's my hair. Hope you like it. Anyway, we're answering the question, which gun is better, the Krig 6 or the AK-47? Now, both have pretty much exploded onto the scene with the nerf of the FFAR. Pros have been using the Krig 6 a lot, as well as the AK. So I'm kind of here to end that dispute on what gun is better. This is based off some stats, as well as my preference, and based on like the attachments I use and stuff like that. So I do have a little thing pulled up here showing the stats of the Krig 6 and the AK-47. So if you're looking at firepower alone, the AK does win. There isn't like actually like number statistics. It's just that like bar at the bottom of the thing. But it looks like it has a significant difference. The AK is significantly stronger than the Krig 6. This is no attachments, base. It is what it is. The AK does have the advantage in the firepower. If we move down to speed, the Krig 6 definitely holds the crown there. It is definitely higher than the AK-47. Not significantly higher, but it's enough to make a difference. So speed-wise, the Krig 6 is the better option. Then we move to accuracy. So accuracy is drastic. The Krig 6 accuracy blows the AK's accuracy out of the water. So although the Krig 6 does have that lower firepower, the accuracy is much greater than the AK-47. I feel as if it's because of the recoil pattern. The Krig 6 recoil pattern it's really not that prevalent compared to the AK. The AK kind of sprays everywhere. If you don't have the correct attachments, it's pretty hard to hit some shots. And then we go down to ammo. The Krig 6 is significantly better than the AK in terms of ammo. So that's based on just flat out base stats. What's better? AK takes firepower, but the Krig 6 takes the rest. And accuracy being that huge difference. The Krig 6 definitely tops the AK in accuracy by a large amount. So now I'm going to move into kind of the preference part of it. So in my preference, I do like the Krig 6 better. I think the Krig 6 blows the AK out of the water. With the correct attachments, the Krig 6 is 2-shot, 3-shot kill. At the most, with the right attachments, the AK is a 3-shot kill. So in terms of like firepower at base, it's really not relevant because there's not many people running around with a base Krig 6 or a base AK-47. The next thing is the speed. So I feel like maneuverability is huge when it comes to ARs. Everybody knows you can move around with a sub, but ARs, it kind of is that limiting factor on how well the gun will play, honestly. The more you can move with an AR, the better you are, because you can get to those power positions quicker. Up close, you're not as likely to lose those gunfights as you are with the AK. The AK, it has a slower speed, so you can't really strafe. You can't really get those jump shots, those quick movements to win those up close gunfights. But in the Krig 6, you can do that. That speed allows you to strafe a little bit faster, jump, slide around. It just helps with the maneuverability, and I think that gives the Krig 6 a huge advantage, because that gives the Krig 6 an advantage up close, better than the AK. In terms of ammo, I mean, it really depends on what you're running. You can really just run 42 mag, 40 mag on each gun. So that's not really like a huge difference. But again, if we are talking about like base, that is going to take up another slot in the AK if you do want more ammo, whereas the Krig, you'll have more base ammo. So yeah, my personal preference, I think the Krig 6 is much better, and the reason for that being, It can beam from far. It has a greater accuracy at far distances. The damage drop off is actually less than the AK. So at further damages, you can do more damage with the Krig 6 compared to the AK-47. And then that maneuverability. So the Krig 6 will allow you to win those up close gunfights, maybe when it's not favorable for you. But the AK really, I mean, if you're up close, you're really close to somebody, it's really tough to win those gunfights. The firepower just can't help it out that much when it's that close. So at the end of the day, I think the Krig 6 will win because it just has more maneuverability. You can gun people at further distances. The damage fall off at those ranges are a lot less. And the accuracy, I mean, you can't argue with accuracy. You can hit shots with the Krig 6 that you can't with the AK. And I think that's what it comes down to. So at the end of the day, I believe in the pro scene, and as well as the like public match players, the common just casual player. I think the Krig 6 will definitely win over the AK every single time. Obviously it comes down to gun skill. If somebody's better than you and they're using the AK, they might win. I mean, we're saying everybody's equal and you just have the AK versus the Krig 6, same skill level. I believe the Krig 6 will win every single time. That's just my opinion based on the stats as well as my preference and also my experience. I find that I do a lot better with the Krig 6. I feel like I can kill people faster. I can move around the map a little quicker than I can with the AK. And that's the reason why I believe the Krig 6 is the better AR. So that hopefully settled the debate. If you don't agree with me, if you don't agree with the stats, that's totally up to you. Don't get me wrong. The AK is 100% viable, 100% a great gun. I'm not saying it's a trash gun. You should never use it again. I'm just saying at that higher level, when you really put apples to apples, you compare them, the Krig 6 is the better option. That's just what I believe, and that's what the stats tell me and how I interpret the stats. So that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope I settled this debate. If I didn't, leave a comment below on why you think the AK-47 is better than the Krig 6. If you agree with me, tell me why you believe the Krig 6 is better. Maybe there's a point I didn't cover and I want to hear about it in the comment section below. Other than that, make sure you hit that subscription button, that bell to get notified every time I drop a video, and I'll see you in the next one.